Have you ever wanted to understand what being truly happy is? Life can sometimes carry this weight of uncertainty. Sometimes we all just feel empty, just gathering motivation to do something that can be difficult with our seemingly meaningless lives, to find what makes us genuinely happy. I myself have sometimes been someone who struggled with this. SukaSuka is a show I feel represents what true happiness really is. Wilhelm is our vessel to view this world in. All he wants to do is live a normal life with everyone. He ends up being a crutch others can lean on, even when he himself is already broken both figuratively and literally inside. Calal-Chan herself really defines what happiness is for me. She is someone who in reality really has absolutely nothing. She and the other leprechauns were born simply to be tools for war. They were supposed to be machines, basically, lifeless. They were supposed to be weapons void of will to survive. In episode 2, we have our first case of this. The leprechauns are all playing outside until one of them gets severely injured, which Wilhelm himself notices firsthand. This moment itself in the show, it feels extremely jarring and out of place to both him and the viewer. To me, it personally gave me this weird empty feeling. I told myself that these are creatures that mimic humans except with no real care about their own safety.
人間族の武器を人間族と同じように扱える。そして兵器として消費されるために作られたその体は死を恐れることはない。
This mentality, however, is shattered by Calal-Chan and a few other leprechauns such as Nephron and Ithera, as they clearly carry a will to survive, but for the most part, leprechauns are supposed to exist solely for war. This leads me to my main draw of the show, Calal-Chan and her memories. Fast forwarding a bit, we actually learn that Calal-Chan is losing her memories. A young girl's laughter flood into Calal-Chan's head, and vivid imagery unknown to her keeps clouding her thoughts, sort of filling her like a cup. It is like her whole entity is being taken from her. This is something that happens over the course of the series. Calal-Chan herself, however, tries to stay positive during all this, Wilhelm himself playing a big part of it too, as over the show they've been slowly falling for each other. They have both been using each other as emotional support. After some time, her condition actually hits a breaking point to where she falls into a coma. She then meets this girl that she had been hearing in her head. It is through Wilhelm and the other fairies that she actually breaks free from this coma. After awakening, her memories persist in fading away. It can be simple tasks such as forgetting where the pepper is to eventually not being able to remember anyone's names. Although she still continues to stay positive by teaching herself how to cook and how to sew scarves for the younger leprechauns, that way she can remember them. Even during what is the end of the world, and eventually the expense of her own memories, as she slowly loses herself, she continues to stay positive, which is something I don't think I could ever possibly do. This, for me, is taking happiness for yourself no matter the situation. During Willem's research and trying to help Calal-Chan, he finds a sword that is located on the surface that has the ability to keep the user in optimal mental condition. He believes said sword could potentially help Calal-Chan. So with this information in mind, they end up heading to the surface, wherein right before an unexpected Tamir attack, Calal-Chan actually asks another fairy Rand what happiness really is. This fairy states in short that happiness means different things to different people, but that most people do not know what actually brings them happiness. All they do is talk about their desire for happiness. One day, these people may learn that they were already blessed, but they can never seize said happiness. Calal-Chan's moment finally comes during this Tamir attack. Her cup fills up with the last drop. Now I empty husk yet again just as everything starts going wrong. In her own mind now, she is having a conversation with the little girl that is the cause of all of this. They are observing everything that is going on outside. She can't remember anything that has happened to her right now except that she really wants to help someone. Eventually, the young girl does allow her to wake up and finally take a stand against the Tamires. This way she can finally protect and save her friends. This is when Calal-Chan makes her statement she says in the first episode.
絶対に幸せになんてなれないんだ。だって気づいちゃったから。私もうとっくに幸せだったんだって。
In all her turmoil and short life, she is the happiest girl in the whole world. From what she said and Rand said, it can be confirmed that happiness is just what you decide to make it, no matter how difficult or easy your life is. Don't let that decide whether you are happy. It might sound like a simple answer, but let what makes you happy, happy. Enjoy life no matter the situation. As I was writing this script, which was, way shorter than I actually thought it would be, my grandma actually passed away from an aneurysm. Now, while my grandma's situation and Calal-Chan's situation were, different, my grandma was also suffering through dementia. I felt I should mention the parallels they seem to have, which were aplenty, and seeing my grandma be strong through all of this and still be my grandma really meant a lot to me. Calal-Chan's journey, I feel, is something we should all learn from. No matter how little we have, we should always cherish it. because we'll never really know when it's actually gone. I never would have made this video if the show didn't really resonate with me so much. I think it really resonated with me so much because of my grandma's situation. She had been dealing with what we assume would be little strokes causing her dementia for multiple years, and it eventually got to a point where she just had a hard time remembering and doing specific things. And one of the things that really got to me was one thing that happened in the show was Kuthali forgot where the pepper was on the shelf. And that might seem like a little detail, but when my grandma couldn't remember how to make a cup of coffee and it made her cry, it really just made me understand the reality of what this show was doing with Kuthali's memories and how you really need to stay positive during all that. Life can be something that is really tough, and we just have to get through it and understand that happiness is really what we make of it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was short, the actual scripted portion was, but I just really felt the need to make this. If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and leave a comment down below what you thought of the series.